Hello there, my name is Valerie White-Williams, and today I'm talking about the new moon in Aquarius at 12 degrees. So the new moon is the perfect time to reboot and to create new goals for the next lunar rotation. And totally, before we had calendars, people looked to the moon to create and grow plants, because that's the natural cycle. In the dark of the moon, we're going to gestate our goals and our ideals. You see that crescent moon, and it's going to start growing to the full moon, to the full. So this is a perfect time to work on our goals. Now, Aquarius is fixed air. And here's the thing, right now we have a huge glom of planets that are actually in Capricorn. And so eventually these planets are going to move into Aquarius. And that's what that song was about in the 60s, the Aquarian age. We are moving into that. Now, Aquarius again is fixed air. So that fixed air is holding a structure for society that is based on ideas and brotherhood of man. Now, Aquarius correlates to the 11th house in the astrology wheel system, the astrology houses. And the 11th house is all about understanding and being in a world that is filled with spiritual emanations. Everything is sacred. That's the houses, everything is sacred. So that's what the 11th house is we're going to honor all of the creatures in the earth. And that includes the stones and the plants and the wind systems and the clouds and the mountains. Everything is sacred. There's a vibration in all of that. Even if you think, oh, this is just a rock, but it's not. It's more than a rock. They carry energy. And that's why I wear gemstones all the time, because the gemstones know. It's like the Earth, Wind, and Fire song, In the Stone. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, that's the truth. So everything is sacred. And that's how we used to live. And then Aquarius is about a structure of humanity that is, it's kind of like the Star Trek, like the real Star Trek, not the fake Star Trek, where humanity has solved all their problems, so now they can help everybody. That's a great vision for us to keep in mind during these times, because I'm not going to lie, it's really stressful on planet Earth right now because we're kind of in a war. We're in a psychic war, and it's a worldwide war. It's a war over who is in control. The unelected people that place themselves above everybody else, and versus the common people. Well, we're all common people, but this is what's going on. And there's a power struggle right now because they want to stay in control. Where the Aquarian age that has been talked about for eon, we don't have these unelected rulers that are telling everybody what to do. So that's what's going on in the macrocosm. But for all of us, we need to focus on our own life. So we have this turning point when we go to the new moon, which is going to be February 1st-ish. Depends on where you are on our planet. I'm on the west coast of the United States. So you have to go look online and see where it will hit for you. And then what you're going to do, if you know your astrology chart, you're going to take where that moon is, and it's in the 12th degree in Aquarius, and see where that place is, because that's going to be a place where you're going to give that focus to. For me, that degree is in my 5th house, and that's my house of creativity and joy. And to be honest, I could use some of that. I haven't performed in well over a year. It was 2019. I mean, I talk on videos, so that kind of gives me some creativity, but some joy and fun and relaxation and having just joy and creativity, I'm ready for that. So that's where it's happening for me. So that's where you want to find on your chart wheel where that 12 degrees is going to happen in your chart. And I just want to talk a little bit about the sign or the degree of 12. And I have a teacher named Connie Kaplan, and she is an American mystic, but she's also a scholar. And so she had this download when she was sick for many years about the degrees. And 12 degrees represents creativity. Now, what she defines creativity, it's not like, oh, I'm really creative because I'm an artist, but it's really about putting things together that don't seem to fit together. Because really that's what creativity is. You take this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to combine these things, and woo, now I created something new. Then you thought this would never work together, but it works. And so that's another thing to think about with that 12 degrees, allowing yourself to find solutions that create something new that you may have not thought of. And for me, that works great because it's my 5th house. Ooh, I'm going to do something creative. But for you, it might be in a different house position, and just thinking of that creativity, moving things, bringing 2 separate things together. Plus, we have that fixed air, meaning we're going to create a structure that supports humanity in a way that's not abusive. Because that's what's going on right now. It's incredibly abusive and is completely out of balance with humanity, because we should be living in a way more ease. But we've been captured. We have been captured, millennials, many years before this. And we're at war. We really are. But it's not war with guns, it's war with ideas and control. So we can only focus so much on the outer world, but the way we're going to heal and get through this is going through within and being honest and pure and growing and not accepting the abuse and calling it out. So that's where those are at. So the next new moon is going to be in Pisces, and that will happen in March. But right now, this is a perfect opportunity to really meditate on what would a world that works for everybody look like. Some of you may not be able to visualize that. Some of you may think that might be an impossible dream, that we always need to have some overlord telling us what to do. And usually those overlords have rules for them, but not for us. Or no, it's the other way around. They have rules for us that they can disobey. And so that's how you know if somebody is giving out laws and then they don't follow their own laws, especially if these people are unelected. That's not okay. That's not okay. So we just need to take back our own integrity and think about how we can create a world, again, bringing things together, create a world that's going to work for all of us without creepy overlords telling us what to do. That's my mantra. And I'm visualizing that world, and I've seen it all my life. When that happens, we don't need anyone. We are wise. We just have been controlled for probably tens of thousands of years when the parasites came to our planet. And they did. And they are very good at hiding. So you need to look at the energy. So I'm going to talk more about energy, because there's facades and then there's energy behind it. And you need to look beyond the facade and look at the energy behind the heart and the truth. All right, guys, I didn't mean to get so heavy on you, but we are at war and we need to strengthen ourselves with clarity and peace and truth. All right, talk to you later, and don't forget to subscribe for more of my rambling. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.